We did Lose to Win. The Wanna Be Some Sweet Love. You can still put that on and be like, yeah.
Yeah, because
Or
that's the night shift.
Yeah.
Fantasia Barrino. Since totally dominating American Idol's third season in 2004, she's arguably the most vocally gifted young singer on the market. In this interview about her new album, she talked to me about the toughest parts of the music business and the sides of young wealth and stardom that the public rarely sees.
Welcome, Fantasia.
Thank you for having me.
Your new single, Lose to Win, has gotten really critically acclaimed because it's a real song in terms of the approach to the music. You haven't changed your sound at all.
Yeah.
Why haven't you?
Why should I? You know, I grew up, I'm a music baby. I grew up in a musical family. First cousins, Casey and JoJo, we grew up on good music. And when we would go sing, we were told to be yourself and do what you love to do and stay true to it. So why should I change it?
When I said that, I wasn't saying that you should change it. I was really talking more about the pressure that artists feel today because of the rise of dance music.
Yeah.
To kind of move away from the traditional R&B sound.
Yeah.
And I wondered if you felt any of that pressure going in.
I think every artist thinks about that, you know? It plays a big part because you feel like, will I go put so much time in a record that's not gonna be worked or heard? You know what I mean? Because all this other music and these sounds are taking over. And it seems like when somebody does something like that and it becomes a hit, then they feel that everybody's supposed to do something like that. But for me, you know, I just stand on what I believe in, and I say whatever floats their boat. I support everybody. As an artist, I say be yourself, stand out, and don't try to follow what everybody's doing. And so I want to stand for that young lady that say, I'm a soul singer, and I will be a soul singer for the rest of my life.
And you indeed will. I mean, the cool thing that I thought about right away when they talked about you coming in was the fact that I saw you first on American Idol, and it was early in the process.
Fantasia Barrino.
Come on, y'all. Like a fool, I went and stayed too long. Now I'm wondering if your love's still strong. Ooh, baby, here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Yeah, come on.
And I stopped watching after your performance because I said, well, they already have their winner.
Oh.
And you did win, and it just kind of thrust you into a whole new experience as a musician.
The winner, Fantasia Barrino.
When you look back at that experience, why have there only been a few people that have really gotten to the level of a you or a Kelly Clarkson or a Carrie Underwood? What makes people successful coming out of American Idol?
You know, I honestly feel like it is up to the artist, your drive and your passion for it. You know, don't get me wrong, I've been through a lot. I'm probably the only idol that has such a long story of ups and downs. But I know that I love music so much, and that's all I know to do, so I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna do it. I've not only done music, I've done Broadway. I had a Lifetime movie that's still playing, a book that did bestseller. I'm about to perform with Andrea Bocelli. So it's all about it's up to the artist. It's your ship, and you have to guide it.
An article in the LA Times, you reflect on a lot of the challenges that you've had, everything from sexual abuse to financial problems, all of the things that have shaped who you are to some extent and the struggles that you've overcome.
Yeah.
Right now you're really in a good place, and it seems like you're trying to reshape to some extent the public's understanding of who you are. Is that an accurate assessment?
I'm not trying to reshape anything for the public. I think at this point, I don't really care about what the public thinks. I think for so long when I did that, that's what sent me into that dark place. Because you're never gonna please everybody. You'll go and please 100 and you think, okay, I got them, and then tomorrow you wake up and 200 people are like, nah, but you still, we didn't like. So at this point in my life, I've realized that I have to live it for me and my children and my family. And I enjoy the simple things in life now. It's not about money. It's not about cars. It's not about homes or my position in the industry. If I'm number one, or if I'm number two, or where I don't care about any of that. When I get up in the mornings, I appreciate the small things. Like just being able to wake up and see another day. You know, looking outside and seeing the birds. And something about me and birds right now. You know, birds fly free. They don't have a worry. They'll go land somewhere and build their nest and lay their head and get up and go again. And so that's how I want to be. I have a song on my album titled, If I Was a Bird. If I was a bird. I'd fly out of here, forget everything, and travel the world. And that's all I want to do. Travel the world and sing and bless those who I can bless. And those who I don't, oh well. You see, I ended up in that position of trying to make them see, you know, look at me, I'm doing this, and you didn't like my hair, so I changed it. What do you think about this? That's too much work. But I do believe at this point in my life, with actually cleaning everything up and bringing in the right people and getting myself together, because we can blame a lot of people for a lot of things, but sometimes we have to sit back and check ourselves and say, okay, wait, what is it that you're doing wrong? Okay, you got to clean out some of these people. You got to take control of your life and stop blaming everything on everybody else.
But that's, I mean, cleaning out people, especially you seem to be a person that's very loyal to the people that were important to you early in your life. You were sued by your father. A lot of things happened. How is that? I mean, the idea of cleaning house and getting people that are toxic out of your business and your life so that you can move forward.
It's not easy, especially for me. Being a Cancer woman, loving, caring, want to take care of everybody. I'm big on family. So it wasn't easy for me. But it was either that, you know, get rid of it or just lose my life.
Did you change or did people around you change?
I think I'm just growing.
Okay.
I'm growing.
But at the time, when you really look at the initial, because you've been in the game now for 9 years, that first 3 or 4 year period, did people surprise you in terms of the way that they reacted to your success?
I would say so. I think because people started looking at me for, you know, money. What can you do? Or we need help with this. And, you know, that can be draining. It's not, you don't feel the genuine, the love anymore as a sister, as a friend. It's always about what you can do for somebody. So that's hard, you know?
Because you just want to sing.
That's all. That's it. And be loved. And still be treated like Tasia, the young girl that grew up with everybody, that goes over everybody's house, we hang out, we have cookouts. Tasia, that's what I wanted, but it just didn't go that way.
Have you ever needed someone so bad, but he ain't willing to make it last? Sometimes you got to lose to win again.
R&B, however, has changed. The vast majority of it is very, very, you know, let's go home and do this and that tonight, and the anti-love themes. You know, you listen to some of the music, it's not what it used to be. Do you think it will ever come back, particularly ballads?
I do. There was one point when I didn't, but I think people miss it. I think people are hungry for it. You know, when I'm at home, I play music that my daughter's like, well, Mommy, who is that? I play Aretha Franklin, I play Chaka Khan, I play Queen, Elton John, all those people that I was raised up on. And I like it that she comes to me and says, who's that? You know, she's like, I like it.
There's no auto-tunes on it.
There's no, and lyrically, it was meat and potatoes. Lyrically, musically, it was a song that you can put it in right now, and it's like a new song. When we did Lose to Win, the Wanna Be Some Sweet Love, you can still put that on and be like, yeah.
Yeah, because that's the night shift.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So
Commodores.
Yes, it was, the music back then had a lot of meat and potatoes. It was songs that you could stand on. And I honestly feel like people miss it, and they want it, and it will come back.
You're happy with this album.
I'm more than happy with this album. This album is my baby. This isn't what the record company said, we want you to go and do this, we want you to sing. This is all me. I went into the studio in LA and I never came out.
What do you mean there was no pressure, there was no vision from the record company?
No.
How did you manage that?
I think that it's been a while for me in this game, you know, and I would say I have proven myself to be able to go and do an album of what my family, I don't really like to say fans, they're family to me now, they've been with me for years.
But to have the creative freedom that
Right, because when you're on a stage, you just know what your people want to hear, you know what they need to hear. So I wanted to take my live performance and put that on an album. And when I went into my meeting with Peter Edge and Tom Corson and Keith Nafferty, I remember telling them, like, I don't want to do another album until I can do what I can do, until you let me be me. I feel like I'm being, being pushed in this box and I'm doing what everybody else wants me to do.
So you did feel that at first,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
happened, and
yeah.
then you
Yeah.
put your foot down.
And you have to let that out. I was watching the other day, I watched the Braxton show, Toni Braxton, and she was speaking about how she's lost the passion and her love for music. And I almost broke down in tears because Toni Braxton is amazing, vocally. It's on a stage, her performance, she's amazing. So when you hear someone like that say, I lost my passion and my love for music.
And she did say it on a reality show too, so.
I mean, but she's saying, to just say that,
Yeah.
coming from an artist of her caliber, that's worked with so many greats, Babyface, you know what I mean, L.A. Reid, that breaks my heart. Because I feel like she felt like she just couldn't be herself or do what she wanted to do, or nobody would accept it. That's hard. So I thank God for Peter and Tom and Keith for saying, okay, let's see, go do it, and let's see what you come up with. And we came up with a great album. You know, we dedicated a lot of our songs to Whitney Houston, Gladys Knight, the Commodores. So it's just, for me, it's real music, good music, lyrically and musically. There's live tracks, we had live horns, we had live bass, live guitar. Just that feel of what I have on the stage. I call it rock soul. And I'm so passionate about it, I have it tattooed on me. Rock soul.
Some of these people that we've talked about in the course of our conversation, we talked about Michael Jackson, we talked about Whitney Houston, Amy Winehouse. Did you know any of them? Did you meet any of them?
I never met Michael Jackson, but I wanted to. Whitney, we were label mates. And Amy Winehouse, never got to meet her, but I wanted to work with her. I was a big fan.
Why can't you reach out to people? I noticed that I asked celebrity, I mean, I'm sure you've met Aretha Franklin and people like that.
Yeah.
But I asked people, why can't you call if you want to work with people? Why can't you just pick up the phone and call them?
I mean,
That people know you and they respect your work.
But it's not that.
It doesn't work that way.
No, that's just like me asking you, why didn't you call the man 10 blocks down the street from you just because he's your neighbor? You know, when you see these artists, it's a fast lane out here. You either see them at award shows, or even if you see them at the record label, it's a fast lane. So a lot of times, if you want to reach out to them, you can ask your manager to reach out to their manager, you know, or if you build that relationship with an artist, it just doesn't happen that fast.
So who would you collaborate if you could get them on the phone right now? One collaboration that's going to blow the world away.
Probably Adele.
Adele. Mm-hmm. She's hot.
Yeah.
Whenever I bring someone from a reality show that started on a reality show and they really make it big in the music business, I feel that there's always a little bit of reluctance, or I don't want to say resentment, but just not wanting to be defined by that, or there's something about it that people don't want to always talk about that. Do you feel any of that?
No, because everywhere I go, they always bring it up. You know, it's been 9 years, and they always say American Idol, Fantasia Barrino. So for me, no, it's cool because I know who I am musically. I know where I come from.
Was that a good experience for you?
Yeah, I mean, it had its good and its bad.
Do you think you would be where you are today if
Probably
you weren't
not.
on American Idol?
No.
Where would you be?
I don't know where I would be. I know I would still be singing though.
Okay.
Even if it was just in my hometown, I would still be singing.
And that would be good enough for you?
I just like to sing.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Fantasia
man.
Barrino. I appreciate it. We'll do this again on the
Okay.
next album. With Fantasia, I'm Lee Hawkins. We'll see you next time.
That is a way to reach out to people who probably would never go to church or never been to church. And it's a way to reach out to those who are out here, you know, in the world. I feel God put me here for a reason. This is my ministry. I wish that I had somebody that came in straight, you know, right after I won, that was like my manager now. Somebody who truly cared.